It's often hard nowadays to find news about Russia on the front page of a U.S. newspaper, except when something really bad happens. Like the recent murders of journalist Anna Politkovskaya and central bank's deputy chairman Andrei Kozlov. The U.S. media was flooded with reports attacking Russia's state of democracy and freedom of the press.
There are a lot of stories and concern over the shrinking of the media, if you will, the lack of criticism in the media or an open nature of the media. So the recent murder of Anna Politkovskaya is of concern to people here.
Some U.S. experts are now questioning this approach by the mainstream media as biased. In Seattle, on America's West Coast, the Real Russia Project Forum is a gathering of businessmen, politicians, and journalists. They're looking at the 10 most prevalent Western media stereotypes about.
Were overflown with articles that Putin keeps on putting in the screws into democracy in Russia. There is no more freedom. It's dictatorship, and journalists are getting killed and don't even go to Russia. That's what we hear everywhere right now. I did not make up these stereotypes. This is what you hear every day about Russia.
The president of Discovery Institute, a former deputy assistant to President Reagan and a former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations in Vienna, says that Western media focus only on the negative aspects of Russia.
Some of our major media and the political system tend to look at Russia only in terms of sensationalism, the big events that take place that are controversial.
Westerners who do business in Russia are often asked about the Russian misconceptions by their U.S. colleagues.
One of the biggest ones is that Russia is not a good place to do business, that there's no rule of law, there's not the kind of stability that there are in other parts of the world. And I just think that's wrong. It's certainly not consistent with my experience.
During the rather heated discussion, many participants wondered, where do American misconceptions about Russia stem from?
I don't know whether the root of it is from leftovers from the Cold War thinking or whether it's just intellectual laziness, but they exist, and they're a detriment to our economy.
The report by the Seattle-based group says that Western media stereotypes are negatively impacting U.S.-Russia relations. But by increasing awareness, the Real Russia Project aims to focus on the emerging new Russia, which has many opportunities available to Western investors. Roman Talkman, Russia Today, Seattle, Washington State.